So this video series, along with several others that I'm doing, are about Tom Parker. Dries van Kalk is his real name. Andreas Cornelius van Kalk, from Breda, Netherlands. Some people would say Holland. If you are a Colonel hater, that's fine. Quit watching the video, move on, find something else to do. This is not about hating on the Colonel. This is about learning more about the Colonel. If all you can do is hate, quit watching, move on. If you put negative comments on this video, you are out of here, just like an umpire calling a strike. Move on, find something else to do. Enjoy this series. If you want to learn more about the Colonel, where he came from, his background, this is how you do it right here. I have this and a couple of other series coming up. Thank you so much for watching. So friends, I'm going to go see, you can see this says General Station. I'm in Rotterdam. But when I talked to the guy, Luke, that was the Tom Parker expert that lived here in Rotterdam, he was born and raised here, he didn't know anything about where Tom Parker was actually living with his uncle and aunt here. I want to go to the archives and see if I can figure it out, just like I would in Nashville or Memphis. And hopefully we could come up with an address and figure out where he would have lived here. We're going to see. Stay tuned. So friends, I am on Spanjaardstraat. And while there's no definitive evidence of exactly where, it is said that Colonel Parker lived on this street when he lived here with his aunt and uncle. So this is the street that he lived on, according to the records and the stories that I can find. Now you can see some of these buildings. That building on that side was destroyed, they say, during the war and rebuilt. So some of these buildings are old enough. Like that one says, looks like it says 1990. But no way that building is 1990, but maybe it is. Wow, looks dangerous. And they have the fried chicken house here. I think I'm gonna eat here, but I'm gonna go down and we're gonna look at these places and these buildings. A lot of these buildings, this does look newer to me, some of it. So like that building looks maybe original. This looks newer, that looks newer. Those look maybe original from that time period. Cow Company. So we're gonna explore this just a little bit. Stay tuned. So I ate at the chicken place. Now let's walk down here and just take a look. The way he would go to work would have been come down here and turn and go that way. And it's possible that they used trains back then. That's very possible. So we'll have to see. I may try to take the train. We'll have to see. Right now I want to understand the neighborhood. So this would just give you an idea of the area he would live in. Clearly this building is not old. That building looks old. Looks like it could be period. This building is not old. This building looks like it could be. And they say that in this particular town in Breda, there was very little damage from the war. In fact, the people got killed in that particular case because they fled. And they were told to go to another town and ended up getting killed between the two towns. Here, a lot of buildings did get destroyed. So I would say that it probably looks similar to this on both sides of the street. But this is the street that Dries van Kalk lived when he lived with his aunt and uncle. So let's go to the bridge to Spido where he actually worked so we can get an idea of what that looks like. And this ironically looks like Tom Parker to me. A lot like him. So friends, I tried to figure out this, and it might as well be written in Greek. I can make out the names of the streets. This is where we are right here, Spanjaardstraat. And I want to go over to this bridge, the Erasmusbrug Bridge. But you know what? The Euromast is between here and there, so I think I'm gonna walk from here to the Euromast and then see that, and then maybe I'll have enough to walk from there to there. So it's like a mile and a mile. I can do that. So let's go. So I would say that the Colonel would walk this way, or either take the train going this way. So let's go do it. And it's a different street name on that side. So it was definitely this side, and this is not a very long street. By the way, this street only goes from here down there and it kind of turns off. So it seems like it's only this short area right here. But this is it. And I'd say this building right here is period. This was here. So Dries van Kalk would have walked by here. So this area looks very original, very old school. You can see that old chimney over there. These buildings are definitely period 20s, 30s, 40s or older. No doubt. But this is heading that way. And look at this. So you know that he would have come. This is right behind the house, headed towards the other area that I know that he worked. And you've got all these boats. There's a drawbridge, and look, beyond the drawbridge is a windmill. Look at that windmill. It's covered up by the drawbridge, but it is in fact there. The other possibility that just hit me is that he kept a boat down here, a little dinghy, and he would take this to work. But I imagine when he worked, he would be out on the boat and or in the place that he worked, which we're going to try to go see. So, you know, we don't really know what happened. All we can do is speculate. But I am sure that he spent some time right here in this little harbor that's right by where he lived. And by the way, this area where all this is at is called Delfshaven. Historic Delfshaven. So I think that this is the beginning of the area, which this is what this basically is saying is Delfshaven. It's saying 1389, believe it or not. And then 1389 was granted permission to dig a canal from the river to the most established its own seaport, Delfshaven. The coat of arms shows the waves. 1577, a naval hero who conquered the Spanish Armada. 1623, from this harbor. In those days, Delfshaven was a major port for the East India Company. So it is highly probable that he left from this harbor right here to go to America the second time. Highly probable. Because it's saying that this was the main place. Now it is saying 1825, 1886 after the Klein said in its request. So it was annexed as Rotterdam in 1886. But this was the beginning, and look, you can see the windmill down at the end. What a awesome looking place. Amazing. The original port in this area. Notice some of these boats look like they have wings on them. Look at this. It's like a gill from a fish or a wing. I guess that thing sticks straight down in the water. And it is in fact on both sides of the boat. Hello? How old is your boat? I'm sorry? 1905 or 1950? 1950 or 1905? 1907. Wow. Very nice, man. Amazing looking. What do those fins, you drop them down to help guide the boat to steady it?
These boats are made for
Okay.
Take a little load without much water under the hull.
Uh-huh.
If you're sailing and the wind comes from the side,
Yes.
it easily blows you off.
So it keeps you
Yes.
from skimming sideways because you're only touching the bottom of the boat. Amazing. I've never seen that on a boat before till I got here.
Okay.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. I'm doing a story. Are you from here?
Yes.
You are? Do you know anything about Tom Parker, Elvis's manager? His name would have been Dries van Kalk, and he's supposed to have lived over on Spanierstrasse. Do you know anything about that history?
Not at all.
Okay. And that's what I'm here filming. He supposedly lived there with his aunt and uncle, jumped a boat here in the harbor and went to America.
Dat is al de derde zomer.
Janneke,
Ja,
weet jij iets van kolonel Tom Parker, manager van Elvis?
dat was een Brabander.
Schijnt hier geboren of gewoond te hebben.
Here?
Ja.
No, here was a painter, Willem Westbroek.
Nee.
Oh, pardon.
Yeah, we're talking about Elvis's manager. His name when he lived here would have been Andreas or Dries van Kalk.
Ja, van
Yes,
Kuik.
yes.
He lived in Brabant, southern province of Holland.
Okay.
But you think
He
was
lived
born
here, according to
I
our
can
research.
Look on internet.
He lived here.
You can look at
Well, you can't really find anything on the internet. It's a problem. And
Why not?
there's a lady wrote a book,
Yeah,
and now you may be able to find something that I can't because it's in Dutch.
yeah,
But a lady wrote a book and says that he lived on Spanierstrasse
yeah.
with his aunt and uncle,
Oh.
and then he left here from this harbor and went to America.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, maybe.
Yes. But he worked at Spido, at the foot of the
Spido.
bridge. Spido at the
Yeah,
foot of the
yeah,
bridge.
yeah,
That's where
yeah.
he worked while he was here.
Oh.
Yes.
I thought he was a soldier.
No, in America he was, but not here.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was in the
If
army.
you want, you can look on my internet because if you know the name of the author of the book.
Yeah, I have it on my phone, but I didn't know if anybody here would have any
No.
inside details about
And
it.
have you been? Ja, weet je niet
What
wel?
year would you have been working in Spido?
He left here in 1929.
Weet je wie het wel zou kunnen weten? Die dame die hier geboren en getogen is, ze woont daar met die man die altijd een beetje achter haar aanloopt, een oude man. Hoe heet ze? Weet jij waar ze woont?
And that's the reason I was asking, like, the year of your ship
Ja.
is, I don't know if a ship this size would take him to America, or would it be larger and come from a bigger port?
No. These ships are made for shallow water. They're not seaworthy.
Okay, so it would have been a bigger boat than this.
Yes, I
Well,
think so.
it's
And he departed
the
from
Holland America line. So
Yeah.
he would have left from
yeah, Holland and Hotel New York.
Hotel New York.
Where's that?
Sorry?
Where is that?
You can.
On the other side of the river, somewhere over there. It's
Okay.
a distinguished building. It's
If I go down to the bridge and cross over, can I get to it, the big bridge? So the Hotel New York is what I'm looking for. That's where the boats would have left from.
Place of departure to
Okay.
America.
Ah, thank you. See, that's the kind of stuff I need.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so
And
much.
perhaps they can tell you something.
Yes, it's possible. Okay, thank you so much. Elvis is clearly. Yeah, okay. Well, it was Elvis's manager.
You're an Elvis fan.
Yes, I'm an Elvis historian. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. I can give you a card where you can watch the videos.
Good.
Well, he was very, very rich.
Yeah.
I mean, very rich. Now, he
Yes,
gambled.
but
So these are photographs of the old harbor, the way it was.
Yes, they are. How would he have gone to America? He would have gone with a ship like this. This is
Oh.
the New Amsterdam. And it could also have been this ship, the Statendam.
Okay.
And what you see in this picture, this is Hotel New York.
That's the Hotel New York that is on the other side of the harbor. And that's where the big ships would have left from.
Exactly.
Interesting. Very good. See, the little ships like yours, and I say little now when it comes to boats, that's a huge boat. But when it comes to the difference between this boat and your boat could not make a trip across the ocean.
Absolutely
It's not
not.
designed for that.
No.
These are designed for that. So that makes a lot of sense.
and they depart from Hotel New York.
Okay. And even back then in 1929. It would have been the same.
Yes.
Awesome. So, and
Another
these
name?
are Holland American boats?
Yes.
Okay. So, were there just two, or were there
Or,
multiples?
I think so.
More.
This is Hotel New York.
Okay. So I'm going to go across and go find that and film that on the other side. And I can go buy Speedo on my way there.
Yeah.
Speedo's on this side of the bridge.
Yeah.
That's on the other side of the
side.
It's
bridge.
near the Erasmusbrug.
Okay,
Speedo.
Speedo. They said it's at the foot of the bridge, right at the edge
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Amazing.
Hotel New York is when you cross the bridge and you go to the right at the end of the what is K is the
Is
Hotel,
that
Hotel New
hotel?
York.
And that hotel has to be really old. It's there. Of course,
Yeah.
I'm saying that I'm from America.
No.
200 years old is old. Okay, so here 800 years old is old. That's very interesting.
The Holland America line had 173 boats.
Wow.
And in 1989, the Holland America line became part of the Carnival Corporation and PLC in Miami, the world's greatest cruise consortium.
So Carnival Cruises. So that means that he could have ended up in Florida.
I don't know.
Because see, in my mind, I thought he went to New York. But it sounds like
Most boats go to New York.
these boats could have gone to Miami as well.
I don't know.
Very interesting.
Maar ze
Well, see,
reis-
you've given me a lot of clues, a
Ja.
lot of things that I
Ja.
can dig
Ja, het is
into.
interesting. Maar ze gingen toch allemaal naar New York, Jeroen, die boten van de Holland America. Ja. I think they only went to New York, the boats of the Holland America line. But I'm not sure about it.
Well, that is incredible information, y'all.
If you're going through the hotel, you can take a water taxi. It is small boats and it's
Yeah.
fun, and they have their stop at Hotel New York. That's like the central station for them.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
That's nice.
We're here. This is the
Pretty
the office of the Hotel New York.
Oh, so it's kind of like at the end of a pier almost down there, like they built a jetty out with the hotel at the end of it.
Yes.
Okay. Very interesting.
And it's all engulfed in big buildings now, but it used to be a landmark, and now they're all
It's just
this small.
been overtaken.
Yeah,
Okay. Awesome. What she said. So my luck, I'd be here on a holiday.
For your orientation, you're now here,
Okay.
and Hotel New York is over here.
Okay. Great to see y'all. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
Have a nice time here.
Wow, friends. You see what you can do if you just ask questions and talk to people. People want to help. That was incredible. They gave us some real clues. If you want to support this effort, make sure that you subscribe, like, and then join. That helps us to get more videos out there. Yes, it does.